All right, there we go. All right, welcome everybody. Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dede. You're watching this recording. It's over on ustream.tv. We have a live audience with mostly awake people. Jean. So they were color today in the Bennett Klein characters book. And I think my screen just went fuzzy again. Oh, gee. Okay, so this is what we're going to color today. This is the Bennett Klein characters. And but before we do that, I got to show you something that Mom's husband Ken made. Spent the morning with. Okay, so here we go. Let me find it. So Ken makes, and y'all know I've shown y'all some of the other projects he's made. He does the plastic canvas. Wait till y'all see this. Hopefully my phone will not. Hopefully my phone will show it for you guys. Yeah, you're awake this morning, Jean? Yeah. Okay, so Ken made this, guys, and it includes the music. The music box is in it as well, guys. All right, here we go. This is all made with plastic canvases, including the little horses. Isn't that awesome? I know. Everybody's going beautiful. Wow. Isn't it? Isn't it? I know. Let's watch it one more time because we can. I know, right? Okay, here we go. Even the little poles, guys, those are all plastic canvas. The poles, the horses, every bit of this. That's all that plastic canvas. I know. Oh, Judy. Judy says it touches her heart. Everybody's saying cool. Because I don't think Mom can see chat, so I'm repeating some of the comments. Love the music box he put in it. You want one? If you could talk to the animals from Dr. Doolittle. Oh, Jean, good catch. Jean got it. If I could talk to the animals from Dr. Doolittle. Yes, that's plastic, the plastic cross-stitch canvas. Yes, Suzanne. I know, I know, Scooby. I know, Scooby says, my granddaughter would love that. It's amazing, Terry. Great song. Mom just messaged me. Thanks, honey. Love you. Love you too, Mom. Thanks for letting us show it, Ken. I know. A lot of patience for sure. So I had to share that with you guys. I knew you would like it. So yeah. So I know. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I know. I'm reading comments. If you're watching the recording, I keep saying I know. I'm watching the comments. Everybody's going, hey, Mom. Yay, Ken and Mom. I know. Great work, Ken. I know. Jean, good catch on the song. Of course, music scrap. Jean is a music teacher, so yeah. We'd expect her to pretty much know it. Uh, he needs to make a matching tissue box. That made me tear up a little. Oh, Book Nester. I know. Hey, Muse. Oh, matching Kleenex box could have made you tear up. That's cute, Book. Okay, so we're going to color this page today. Hopefully we're focused. We had a little time with that before. I've already picked out some colors, guys. I want him to be a couple of different shades of color, and I wanted him to do I want him to be in lavenders and purples, and then I'm going to have accents of mint and teal. So I've got well, the black and white here. Let me pull the black and white out. So I'm going to be using and maybe some more color too. 27 degrees. I know, Suzanne. I know it's cold. So we're going to be using Suzanne's in the Atlanta area too. Violet. What is that? Something violet. Perma violet. And then I think this is lavender. And then I'm going to use aquamarine and light green, which is like a mint green. And these are Prisma colors. And I got black and white here too. And I'll probably use some other colors because I haven't picked colors for the background. This is just for him and the nut, because the nut's going to be the greens. And some of the background will probably have some of the tealy colors in it too. You like the color palette? So now, do y'all want me to zoom in one? It really needs to be a little closer, but you had a heck of a time getting it focused. But I think we need to be a little closer just so you can see me color. So we're going to go for it. We're going to try to refocus again and hope for the best. We're going to hope for the best, people. No more zoom. Well, we got to zoom in. We got to zoom in a little. Okay, hopefully that looks good. Don't touch that camera. Too late. Too late. I already touched it. Okay, so what I kind of have in mind is to have him like light color, and these are the grayscale. So if you do it, focus on the nut. And so he's going to be, from light to dark around, right? And then the nut's going to be the teal colors, and then some of the background. It looks fine. Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm just going to start with the light color. It's going to take a while. We'll just sit here and chat. And if you don't like watching somebody color, this show's not for you today. Okay, so I'm going to just I'm not putting any washes on this one. It just to have something different. A lot of time I'll put a Neo color, 2 water-soluble crayon. I'll put a wash on it. Or I'll put, watercolor wash or an acrylic wash. No washes today. We're not washing now. I'm a little punchy today, guys. I didn't go to sleep till 1. I felt like Jean. I did. I felt like I was Jean all night. I didn't sleep. So I'm a little punchy. Just saying. Okay. So I wanted to fade out from light to dark. Okay, so like here, his hands right here in the front, and I'm just putting a light coat. We're going to build up our layers. When we feed the squirrels here, we have one that looks like him. Oh, you wish you could color all day. I know, right, Kitty? I have some commissions in the works. Actually have 3 right now, so I gotta get crack-a-lackin'. So all right, so a little bit there, and then I'm gonna have this light area right here, and see, I'm gonna try to just kind of fade it out, right? So I'm just gonna put a nice light coat. And I don't really have this planned other than the colors I chose this morning. That's as far as I got. So we'll see how it goes here. And then a little on his feet, right on the tops. Hopefully you can see a little bit of color. It's very light right now. All right, now I know that I want the farthest away from him to be dark. Even though there should be there'd be some highlights on him, I'm not doing it that way. I'm just a rebel. I want him to fade back to dark. So this will be the darkest purple. I'm going to build it up more and blend, but right now I'm just kind of laying out where the color. So I'm going to do the darkest. I already got the lightest. Now I'm going to do the darkest, and then I'm going to do the middle tone. And I'll blend those two together. I'm only using 3 colors, pretty much 3 colors on him. Okay, so I'm just going to, and we'll just kind of chillax. Are you feeling well? Because I'm not doing any washes? Yeah. Well, I just thought, we'd mix it up. We'll mix it up a little. Jean, just to do something different. Now, depending on how long this takes, if we have time, I did want to get back into my Imagimorphia and the Anamorphia, either or both. And, then I'll have to go back to washes because I've already started washing those, right? Well, I don't really want any on that nut. Where's a good excuse to use my little electric racer. Where is it? As long as you don't have it built up, this will work. If it gets built up and you want to erase something, then you have to look at your pencils and gravitate to the... I missed something. Somebody said, and gravitate to the set of colors. I missed that. If you mean just like, well, I just knew I wanted him in the purples, so I got a light, medium, and dark. That's how I picked it. Okay, that's how I picked it if I missed it. Yeah, this will work. This or a white eraser will work as long as it's just a first couple of light coats. Once it gets built up, though, then y'all know I like my Ticonderoga black, which is this pencil, the Dixon Ticonderoga with the black eraser. This is the best eraser for Prismacolor. Well, probably with any color pencil. But I love using this. As long as it's not too heavily coated, this will work. But this is the best for getting rid, to erase pencil. She was wondering how you choose the color when you went for unusual colors. Oh, yeah, well, we can all color him brown or gray, and if you want him realistic, like I did the deer, the first one I ever did of Bennett Klein's, the Oh Deer, we made her very realistic. Let me get my color book. Y'all know that I take things out. I mean, I'll tear, and same for this one. I'll tear it out and put it in my binder, my 3-ring color book binder. So here's my Bennett Klein. Let me just take it out of the binder so I can take it out of the plastic. Well, I'll just take it out of the plastic because I have them in page protectors. Here's the very first Bennett Klein we did. And it is a little flashed out because I do have the light set kind of bright. Let me tilt it. There's the true color right there. Okay. This is what it looks like a little flashed out because I want it bright enough for y'all to, so it's not too dark while we're coloring. But right about there's the right there's a true color. So you can see how we did it very realistically. There's a little smudge of something on there. With every little fur. But sometimes you just want to, and you can still do realistic with it being purple. Why not, You got the new Hannah Carlson book, Magical Dawn. Oh, okay. Well, I still have the other 2, so, but I will say, I did order a couple new color books. The Oh Dear, yes, it did, Julie Topaz. And it is recorded. I think it's 10 parts. There's like 10 hours on the Oh Dear. Maybe an hour and a half on each part. So maybe 15 hours. I don't know. A lot of hours on the Oh Dear. I need some stronger coffee. My coffee's pretty strong. Beth? What? What, Beth? I told you I didn't go to sleep till 1. Hey, Painterly Paint. Okay, so let's go back to the dark. Let's go back to the dark here. And again, this is the first very light coat. I'm just kind of establishing where I want my colors. Right there yonder. That's right, Kimberly. um, but if you do, if you don't know some colors to put together and you want something different, we've used design seeds a lot. Well, not necessarily for color books. We've done a lot of stuff with design seeds. We've done little notebooks and stuff with design seeds, design-seeds.com for ideas. So if you don't know some things, um, some color combinations, then go there and you'll see tons of color combinations. And then don't be afraid to use those color combinations. You ordered the new Derwent graph. You'll have to let us know how those are, Suzanne. Suzanne said she ordered the Graphink fine liners. I don't think I've ever even used one of those. So make sure you tell us how those are, Suzanne. And again, I'm using Prismacolor today just because, I like to mix it up between the different brands and stuff. And I am used to Prismacolor. These are the pencils I've used, for years. And I'm just used to them. So I do use the different ones, the Holbees, the Lumies. I have a few Polys. But Prismas are my, I'm just most, I'm just well versed in using them. So can y'all kind of see how we're just kind of going around the edges here with the dark? And if you, if y'all want to talk to me, do put in caps, so I know you're talking to me, because the chat does scroll by really quick. All right. I'm going to put a little dark under there. I'm trying to keep it on the outer edges, though. And then I'll go back and see the fur here. I'll accent the fur. I want to just get the base coat in first. So this is the darkest. Of the three purples. And I want the sides of the arms here. I will be excited. They are multi-use. We'll go from fine line paint marker to watercolor to permanent when dry. Wow, Suzanne, that's going to be cool. All righty. There we go. Now I'm going to take the medium purple. I got the lightest and the darkest. Now I'm going to go back to the medium and do the two together. And I'll start blending them. Again, I'm just using 3 colors right now, guys. And I don't use blender pencils. I'm just, not that there's anything wrong with it, but I just, I'm just used to blending with pencil. Okay. So this is just getting a base coat of color on here. Little toes. Just a light layer. You can see that first layer went pretty quick. I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to the individual hairs. I just want to get some color on there. Hey Juju, Darkin Lady, who else have I missed? People coming in. Thanks for being here, everybody. So yeah, there's our first layer with 3 colors. Jean, you have 2 sets of the graphing fine liners. Mine are colors. Someone remind me to show them on your stream tomorrow. Sip of coffee. Okay, Jean. And I did finish watching your show, Jean, from your stencils. If any of y'all have a cutting machine, music scrap, and put the link in there if you want, Jean. Jean designs stencils that you have to cut them yourself. She just sells the cut files. And so if you like some different kinds of stencils and unusual designs and things, that she's made them all herself, designed them all herself. Jean's got some good cut files. You've had them 2 years and never think to use them? All right, now I'm going to go with, I'm going to just put a whole light coat of the teal over the whole nut here. But you can see with the grayscale how it already looks shaded, right? Look, all that shading, it's just from the grayscale, from the gray. Just a little light coat over the whole nut. And again, I haven't decided on the background yet, but I'm sure I'm going to want some of these colors, the teal colors back in the background. I think what I'm going to do, because it'll be easier, y'all, if you want a background in a color like this and it's a light color and you can go over it with other colors, you can, look, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to color the whole thing. I'm going to color the whole thing this color. This would be like if I did a wash, I'd color this whole thing a wash and then go back in there. And so you've got one color already down. I might go a little black line or a dark purple on that one. That looked good too. I'm just kind of seeing what looks good to me. So I'm just going to add a whole base coat. This is a light coat. You know, as long as you make light layers, you can put multiple layers. But you got to do it lightly. Once the wax builds up in the wax-based pencils, then you're not going to be able to layer and blend. You could probably smash down a couple of extra colors, but they're not going to blend if you get them too heavy-handed. You got to have a light touch. Light touch. Something's on the way. What'd you get, Scooby? Scooby said, Janet, mine are on the way. No telling. These girls are enablers. There's a reason we call Eileen the enabler elf. Terry Trouble. There's reasons for that, people. There's a reason we have a mini bar in one corner and a healing corner in the other side. Actually, I'd almost like to cut this out and put it and right along the edge instead of just cutting this out and mount, like I always mount them on the black. And by the way, I have a piece of black paper behind it, and mounting it on the black paper. I think I'm going to cut this out and then mount it on the black paper, because I take these out of the book and I put them in my 3-ring binder. You bet there's a reason. Miss Rose says she needs both corners. Oh. And a lot of people, you can buy his books in digiform as well and print them out yourself. I don't I don't ever plan to really color them more than once. I just color them straight out of the book, and the paper is thin. This is some of the thinnest paper that are in any color books. So if you do use anything that's going to go through, you want to make sure and put something. Well, I try to remember to put something behind every color book page. Um, but there you can get them for a good price though too, so keep that in mind. And if you don't like the thin paper, then copy it off onto thicker paper. I just don't mind the thin paper. I don't mind if it buckles a little or whatever. Like I said, I'm going to cut them out anyway. Let me see. Let me show you my other Bennett Kleins here. Since we're on it, I'll take them out of the binders and show them to you. So here's another one. This one I added a lot of glitter to. So the little mouse captured him a dragon head. And all this is paint. This is all paint here and a little bit of pencil. So, and then we added the Stickles glitter. There you go. So there's this one. And I already showed you the deer. Okay, then there's this one. I'll show you all my Bennett Kleins. There's this one. These had little happy faces in them, and we did this around Halloween. So we put little pumpkin heads in there, but they really just have your generic smiley faces. The only time I like thin paper is when it is double-sided. Yeah, well, yeah. You don't want a double-sided thin paper because then if it goes through, obviously, yeah. But his are not double-sided. So, paint in the background. This is all acrylic paint. And look, it didn't, I don't even really see any wrinkling. And I use acrylic paint. I found that if you use acrylic paint, like for a full-on background, in my Imagimorphia, because the pages are a little larger, they do a little bit of warping, but they don't wrinkle. Acrylic paint, as long as you don't add a lot of water, especially on the backgrounds, if it's just flat acrylic craft paint, it's not going to wrinkle it. You broke down bought something. Okay, I didn't see what you bought, Palm. I just see you broke down and bought something. And then this is just some washes of white paint over. And again, there's the color. It's a little flashed out like this because I have my daylight bulb and everything there. So there's this one. Okay. There's this one. And see, I'll put them on black cardstock. Again, this little fairy that's getting eaten, I glittered her up. And then some glitter coming off of her body right there. This is all just paint. I just made it look like he was popping out of the water. Some like rain streaks or something there. Again, there's the color. Hey, Subin. And then you can see the glitter. Okay. Then this one. Again, black paint in the background. That's just black flat acrylic paint. I'll tilt it so you can see all the stickles there. She's sitting on a beetle. So we did purple stickles on him and green stickles on her wings. And some orange stickles or clear. I don't remember. I think it's either orange or clear on the butterflies and on her body. And then this is done with color pencil, just white pencil to make it look like that. So, yeah. Again, right there is probably the true color right there. Okay. Couple more. And we got this one. This was out. See, I write on the back. This is from Sketchbook 4. Here's the bear. Painted all the mist and fog. Painted this in here. Smeared out some, the moon and some stars. All that's done, put in. And no stickles or anything on this one. Okay. I'm just putting them back in the sleeves as I go. I have them in a binder again. Here's my vampire. This is out of the dark, Sketchbook Dark. The light's coming in my blinds right there, you can see. This one took a few parts as well. I think maybe this one took 4 parts. But I think most of these are, there's a video for most of them. Use too much water. Yeah, it's not the paint and stuff that makes it go through, it's the water. Yeah, you can't add a lot of water to those thin pages. So there's her. Let's put the light on her eyes there so you can see. Yeah. So this one did take quite a few episodes to color as well. All right, then got a couple more. We've done quite a few Bennett Kleins. This one does not have a video. I did this one night. I just wanted to sit and color by myself. So again, the background is paint, acrylic paint, all the stars and planets and all. And the smoky kind of bits, that's all done with paint and pencil. But it's just a white background. So just so you can see that you're the boss of your color book. There's just more of them, Suzanne. So yeah. So I kept to just like 4 colors. I think 2 shades of green, the rusty orange, blue and white. I think that's all the colors I used in this one. So you can see, oh, and a little bit of lime green. So probably 3 shades of green, a blue, and that orange color. And I put little freckles on her there. So yeah, there's that one. Darker has 5 extra images. Thanks, Palm. Yeah. So there's that. And then again, this is all done with color pencil. The smoky bits. It doesn't have to be smoke. It can be fog. It can be wave, like water, foam. It can be fog. It can be water. It can be smoke. It can be like the mist in space. So whatever. It all works pretty much the same. And then I think the last one I have that I've done, I printed it out. Again, I don't I don't print many out on print them out. I just do them in the book. But I printed out a dragon on craft paper and only used black and white. So here's one. It's printed out on craft paper with black and white pencil and white Posca paint. And that's all. That's all we use, black and white. So, yeah. So those are, hey TNT, these are all my Bennett Klein ones. I haven't done a lot, but we do a lot of different color books. So, that I have this many Bennett Klein ones done, I think is pretty good. The white on the bird. No, I think the white on the bird is just the white paper. Let me bring that one back out. I think you're talking about this. The white on the bird. It's just that, I mean, I'm sure I blended some white pencil in there, but that's just the blue and the white. the white of the paper with white, blending the blue with white pencil. Yeah. Yeah. Same thing for all this white here. It's the white of the paper, except where I used white pencil to blend the blue. So that's the Bennett Klein ones I've done. I've got a whole binder full of things we've done here. But those are the Bennett Klein ones. So let's get back to our little squirrel, which we're doing with just pencil. So yeah. Hey, Rebecca. All right, so now I did, and again, so I showed you that to say that when I get this done, I'm going to cut it out and mount this on black paper. So I'm not going to color the background black. I'm going to cut it out and put it on a piece of black cardstock. Okay. Hey, Melody. Anybody? Zandra? BG? Nikki? Anybody else I'm missing? Okay, so now let's go with the teal color, and that's going to be the darker green of the mint green. And again, I'm trying, instead of doing just the shadows in the dark, I'm trying to make it look like it goes from light to dark around. But I can see I'm going to have to do more shading. That's just the way I roll. I can't not. Like all these little peanut bits there. I was going to try to leave as much grayscale as I can, but that's hard to do when you really want to shade a lot of stuff. You know. And I'll build up the layers so it'll be quite dark around the darkest green and the darkest purple. It's going to be quite dark by the time I get to it. But take your time and do nice soft layers. You'll be so much happier. Trust me, everybody says so. Oh, I didn't really think it mattered that much that you did lots of layers. If it's going to end up being that dark anyway, why not just start going real dark? Trust me, it matters when you go to blend. When you go to blend, it does matter. So, if you have any questions or anything, just put them in caps because the chat goes by fast. Hey, McLinda. Deidre. All right, so I am going to want some dark, instead of using like black. All right, so here's one area where I would probably do harder pressure. This is one time that it doesn't really matter, and that's if you want a solid color. Like this line right here that's going all the way around. I am going to want that just a solid dark purple. So I will put more pressure on that because I know I'm not going to layer. I'm not going to add more color. I'm not going to blend. I'm not going to do anything with that except one dark purple. So this is where I will put, and I'm really not having to push down really hard as it is. You know, you'd be surprised how little pressure you need to do a lot of things. Okay, but I know I'm not going to blend or add anything else to this line. So I am going ahead and just getting it full strength. Okay. Sip of coffee here. Gets cold. Could you use a black pot? Oh yeah, I use paint pens all the time. Like in the background of the dragon on craft paper, that design in the background, that was Posca. And you could use color Poscas too. I do have some nice color Poscas from Orla. I just need to remember to use them more often. Yeah. Just remember though, Poscas will go through on thin paper. They're a paint pen. Well, I can't say always, depending on your paper, but this is a one-sided page, so it's okay. When you do collage, how do you decide to use golden matte medium, or at least, I always use golden matte medium. The only time I use the tacky glue is if I like toward the end, let's just say, I get everything done. I said, oh, it needs a watch part right there. I'll just tacky glue that on, you know, just because I don't want to put a whole nother layer of matte medium and dry it and all because I'm lazy. I want to just add a little something. But for the most part, I always use matte medium to glue my collage bits down, which, by the way, has a softly layer to blend with the cheaper pencil and be dark enough. Everything's better with Posca. Yeah, you white. Um, I do need to do some more art cards. I need to do some more art cards. I have a few people in that are still on my waiting list for art cards, so I do need to do another batch. I just, the only time I make the art cards is here. Okay, I'm going to sharpen this because I want that nice and crisp along the edge. Hey, Fancy Lime. Now, don't push so hard you snap your lead. Don't snap your point. And I didn't notice this, but Paul is the one that pointed it out to me, that I'm constantly turning my pencil to keep its sharp point. I never noticed that. She goes, Dede, you realize you turn your pencil constantly? And I didn't really notice it, but that keeps your point sharp. When you turn it, every time you turn it, you're from the dull side to the sharp side, So, and I just do it out of habit. I never really have thought about it. Yes, I'm gold. That's why I'm the gold. Well, I also participated in a gold. This was a few years ago that Golden had, and they may still have it. I don't know. A artist participation thing where they'll give you like, I don't want to call it outdated, but extra product that they have, and you have to write them. You have to submit forms and talk about, tell what show you're on or your blog or whatever, because they want you to promote it, right? Well, I didn't need any help promoting Golden Matte Medium, you know. But, back when I was using it, like every show, I was using literally Golden Matte, because this was before we started doing color books. So I was doing a lot of, art journals and the mixed media collage. And that's the only glue I use. Other than, like I said, a little bit of Eileen's tacky if I just need to tack something down, or a glue stick, Yoo-hoo glue stick, to tack something down temporarily or something like that. But Golden Matte Medium is I'm going to keep turning this guy so I can, get it straight. So I filled out the forms and everything and sent and asked, do you have any Golden Matte Medium? You have to pay for shipping now. Thanks, McLinda. You do have to pay for shipping. And again, I don't even know if they're still doing this project, guys. So, don't go quoting me that they're I don't know if they're still doing it or not. This was a few years ago. And so I wrote them and said, I'd like some Golden Matte Medium. I use it, I explained it all to them, told them of my projects, gave them links to my projects and all that. And they said, we'll send you 2 cases. So they sent me, I think it was 40. I don't remember how many was in a case. 20, 24, I don't know. I got about 40 maybe. I don't remember. Bottles of matte medium. Now the shipping was probably $50. I gotta say, you gotta pay for the shipping, and you gotta give them your credit card right then. They're not gonna ship it out and bill you. You gotta pay for the shipping before they even, gather it up for you. So they sent me 2 cases, and I've used every single one of those jars, every one of them, all 40 of them, or however many. So that's why I got the name Golden Girl. Art Unit, Linda, I call her Art Unit. But anyway, started calling me that, and Julie Topaz. So yeah, but that just shows how much Golden Matte Medium I've used. I've used at least 40 jars in 7 years. Yeah. At least. So, Okay, got all the way around the edge there. And I'll probably do some more in these little flowers and buds. I think I want a dark teal color on the very outside because that'll be nice against the black. Because I'm going to cut this out, remember, and mount it on black. Hey, Fuda. No, you're here, Fuda. Did you lose chat? No. Okay, so now this has a little bit of a wave. All right, we're just going to chat and let me color because if you want the whole page done, this is part of it, right? So again, I'm not going to blend or layer. And I keep doing that because I'm pushing a little hard, so it does make a little bit of crumbs because I'm pushing so hard. But it's not bad. It's just that, I want to make sure there's nothing there. So yeah. So you can see this has a roll to it. You used a while, but used every. Yep, it took a while, but I used every drop. Now I gotta buy it. So if you and I don't use it as much. Let's put it that way. I don't use it as much because I do color books and other things here, and we'll do more drawing and other things. So I'm not using it literally every show like I was. Dede was so excited for our new book, Color Me Enchanted. I thought it would be fun with watercolors, but the book seems to hate water. Color Me Enchanted. I wish you would show us the way. Color Me Enchanted. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. So she's talking about this one. I ordered this one at my birthday. Some of the girls sent me some Amazon gift cards, and this is one of the ones I bought. I have to say, we're gonna blame Laura on this one. I watched Laura. I wasn't in chat, but I watched her because Hubster was talking to me in one ear, so I just was watching in the other. But Laura showed a new color book. I ordered it, and two others. So I have 3 more color books coming. And I'm blaming Laura on this one. She's not here right now, so I can blame her. But anyway, so you're saying in this one that water does not take well. Okay, yeah, the paper is thicker. And maybe it does have some kind of a sheen or coating on it. The only one I've done in here, no, I haven't done any in this one. So, but the one I want to do, I'll show you that. This is the first one I want to do, if I can find it. So, this one. I want to do this page right here. I want to do this one. This this Japanese girl with the Japanese cloud of shapes and the bamboo. This is the first one. Yes, I ordered Mysterious Library, Terry. Terry busted me out. Oh my gosh, were you there last night, Terry? Terry busted me out. Yes, Mysterious Library and 2 others. Terry, you're trouble. Anyway, so yeah, this is the first page I want to do. I love this page. I think I like it because it's already got the black on there, and I really like that. So yeah, I do. We'll get to it. I know there's so many color books, so little time. But yeah, I'm going to blame Laura on that purchase. Yeah, you were there, Terry? Okay. So Terry was there. That's why she's busting me out, because she was there too. Yeah. I wasn't in chat. I was watching their show. Because like I said, it was later, and Hubster was home, and so, yeah. You just ordered Mysterious Library too, Suzanne. We'll all color in that one together. Oh my gosh. Well, we could color in practically anyone together because, but trust me, we all have some kind of color book that the others have. It was, Terry. It was irresistible, wasn't it? So, yeah. All right, I'm going to keep turning because I don't think, it doesn't really matter if he's upside down or not when I'm going along these borders here. But I'm trying to keep a sharp point because I'm trying to get in these little grooves here. So, and you could use gel pens, guys, on this don't be afraid to do color pencil here and gel pen there, or Poscas or whatever. Mix it up. Make it a mixed media color book thing. You're gonna blame Laura too, and you don't even know her. She's Anxiety Art Adventures, and she just started streaming pretty recently, and she does color books. Anxiety Art Adventures. If you're watching, yeah, her name's Laura. Yeah. You're saying nothing, Muse? That says something, Muse. When you says I'm not saying nothing, that says something right there. Oh my goodness. I'm a little punchy today, guys. I didn't go to sleep till 1. Got up at, whatever time this morning. Yeah, you like all the shells? Well, it's kind of like the Colin Thompson one with all the shelves, but this one, the one we're talking about, has more fairy tales. It's not just like a bunch of bookshelves. Do not need another book. No, I don't need another book. No, I don't. You do know her then, E. White. Okay. Oh, want to get back in camera here. I'm just going around the corner here. And this is the only time that I like to, really put any pressure on it, is when I want just a nice solid something like this. I'm not going to layer, I'm not going to blend. This is it. You think so, Palm? I don't know. I don't know. I think so. But you do have to kind of, to keep a nice sharp point, you do have to keep sharpening. Let's say I'm zoomed in, so watch Laura's video and they're very entertaining, and your shows are very similar. Oh, thanks, Funda. Thanks. We think we have a lot of fun. We've been, now again, I've only been uploading for going on 3 years now. Going on 3 years, I've only been uploading to YouTube. But been streaming for, going like 7 years now, Julie Topaz. Going on 7. I'm heading towards 7 years of streaming. We have awesome friends all from these years. Julie Topaz being one. I've known Julie Topaz, Vicky, Vicky BR, not Vicky B, Vicky BR, Julie Topaz, Paula, Blade. There's quite a few I've known for the whole 7, going on 7 years. 6.5, I guess. Jean's the one that made me, Jean and Rach0113, they're the two that made me start doing YouTube, uploading to YouTube. Because I wasn't uploading to YouTube all those years. Everybody else was, but I wasn't. November 2010 is when I started, yeah. Thanks, Julie. So November, it'll be 7 years, yeah. So thanks everybody that's followed us all around for all these years, and all the new people that follow me on YouTube. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We're old friends now. That's right, Julie. I wish Vicky would have been able to go to the PETA conference, the PETA get-together that Sherry's doing in Vegas. I wish Vicky could have gone to that. I mean, I guess she could have, but I wish she would have. Need to make Rach make some new videos. Yeah, pay her back. Yeah, Rach, make some more videos. She just did one not too long ago for a Prima. Rach0113 does Prima demo. We call them demos? Anyway, she does Prima design team. Anyway, she does videos for Prima occasionally now. Aw. Okay, so got that far. Just kind of gives it a nice little outline border. I don't know where I'm going to go with everything on the inside. And again, you may not be able to see, but I did do a light coating of the mint color over the whole thing in the background here. All right, so let's go back to our darkest purple. And now I'm going to start building up. I'm going to start building up a little bit darker in some of the darkest areas. And again, guys, you know, I just take my time. I know I do kind of hurry a little bit. And I think I'll make him have a purple eye because of the stream time. But never feel like you have to rush it. Just, you know, enjoy the process. So I'm going to start kind of feathering in the darker. And then I'll go in there with the medium color, the medium purple, and blend some more. But it's just best if you just take it lightly in light layers, because you can get so many more layers if you do. I like the squirrel. Thanks, Shalene. And some of these little hairs, I'm going to do those individually. I just want to get it all kind of based in here first. Are you going to do another watercolor scene, Jean? Scene, Jean. Another landscape? That's all I saw and it rolled by. Oh, shoes. Hi. Oh, you're going to do shoes, Jean? Oh my gosh. And that rolled off too. You're going to paint her some shoes for her birthday? That'll be cool. Jean's been doing a lot of watercolor. Links are open, guys. Feel free to put your links in. I should say links are open if the mods are on their game. Because I didn't open them, but somebody probably did. And we might add some white whiskers with Posca or something, like final touches. Those are always fun. Yes, this is Bennett Klein. This is his characters. Yeah, when y'all share your links, and that's how people get to know each other. You know? Hey, Vicky. Vicky BR. I was calling y'all old. Good to see you, Vicky. We're just talking about y'all, saying I wish you could have made it to the PETA get together in Vegas with Sherry and everybody. Vicky's kind of like me, though. She doesn't like to fly. Neither Vicky or I like to fly. I mean, I've done it, but I don't like it. I'll drive anywhere. I'll drive across country, but I don't like to fly. Oh, thanks, Button Attic. That's true with a lot of people, Button. Not just for my show, but others as well. I know Jean. I mean, Miss Jean. Jean will do anything. I swear that girl will do anything. Jean has flown. I mean, Jean is awesome. Jean's done so much and amazing. I mean, that woman with the things that she has, health issues, 10% vision, will travel all over the world. Vicky, like, yeah, you like the train as long as you got a sleeper car. I know that last one. The stupid train doesn't go directly to Vegas. Huh, Vicky, that's odd. But that last time you didn't have a sleeper car, Vicky, you about killed yourself on the train. Sitting up, what was it, 12-hour train ride with no sleeper car? No, it was even longer than that, wasn't it? I know, Vicky, isn't Jean amazing? I know. Jean's an inspiration, that is for sure. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to get into some medium purple here in just a minute. I wasn't going to shade all this, but I can't not. I can't not shade. I can't not put that in there. You got the sleeper car on the way back. Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember. I know on the way up there, then you were miserable at that retreat because you didn't get any sleep. All the way up there, Vicky. If y'all are watching this recording, I'm just chatting with people in a live show, guys. So, yeah. If you don't like chatty bits, just fast forward or put it on mute and just watch the coloring. I don't edit. I don't do anything. This what you see here on the live show is what I upload. No editing, no voiceover, no cutting it down, no adding anything to it. It was 30 hours, Vicky? Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that long. So yeah, so that's what this show is. It's a live show, directly uploaded just as is. So don't email me. All right, so there we go on the bottom fur, and I still got to blend the dark, the medium to the light there. All right, let's get back over here. Let me sharpen again. I keep a little bowl here, the sharpener and a little bowl handy. That's right, Marilyn. What you see is what you get. That's it. All righty. Let me do a little bit of shading. I can't not. I was going to try to just keep the shading till the last, but I can't help it. I got to go in there. I got to get in there and do the shading when I see that it can be done. Let's go right under that peanut a little. And this is just the darkest color. Now I'm going to go back in with the medium and start blending. And as we layer it out, you know, the pencil lines go away. But don't try to just do it all. Unless you're doing something like this, don't try to get your pencil lines, because there's no pencil lines on that, right? But I can't add anything else to it either. So you got to layer it up gently and slowly. Hey, Laura, we were just talking about you. Hey, Ange, and sorry for your loss, Ange. I just saw that tweet um, from last night. And Laura, we were just talking about you. Should I tell Laura what we were talking about? I was watching your show, not in chat, but just watching it. Laura, you made me order 3 color books. Well, you made me order 1, but I ordered 2 others as well. I had to get that one you were showing last night. I don't know when it's going to be here. It hasn't said yet. No, it did say March. Let's see. You're welcome, Ange. I'm sorry. I know. Go to my mail here. I think. I thought I had a. Here it is. Supposed to ship between March 23rd and March 25th. Yeah, the Mysterious Library. Yes, Laura. I ordered it. And what else did I order? I ordered two. I don't remember. It said that and 2 other items shipped, but I don't have it right here in front of me. I don't have it in front of me to tell you the other 2. And I do have uh, Kirby's Myth Morphia. It's on order when it ships. That's like in a couple weeks too. Yeah, the other 2 yeah. Hey, Paula. The other 2 I can't think of right off the bat the exact names. So I won't say because I'm not sure the exact names. But the library is one of them, Laura. You made me. I'm blaming it all on you, Laura. Just saying. I'm blaming those markers on Paula, which those aren't coming till April 11th because all you guys beat me to them. Janet, Eileen bought them. She already got hers. Y'all bought them all out. Mine's on back order. Anyway, what I was going to say is the Myth Morphia. I have that coming as well. Did you order that one yet, Laura? Have you ordered Myth Morphia? What did Paula say? Paula's enabling again. Oh, of course, you pre-ordered it. Yeah, yeah. You're waiting on your Myth Morphia too, Suzanne. Yeah. Carol Renee ordered it. Carol Renee, I think Carol Renee's the one that got me this one. I try to keep the yeah. Carol Renee got me this one. And if you're wondering, we're working in the Bennett Klein characters. No, Valerie. They're just some cheap markers. They're cheap alcohol markers, like 80 of them for like $35. we all we all jumped on that Paula bandwagon there. We all. Oh, Julie Topaz got them. She ordered them under another. Oh, Julie, you got yours just under a different name right before Paula did. So yeah, they're Hoo Hero. HU Hero. Hoo Hero. But they're on back. Well, I don't know. Couple. I guess if you call April, I think 11th back ordered. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, Vicky. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have them, Vicky. You'll have to ask Paula and Janet and Julie Topaz and yeah. I think they're supposed to be the alcohol ones, Carol Renee. Yeah. Laura's got them in her cart. Yeah. I mean, we just couldn't resist them because there's so many. It's like buying the Crayola pencil, the Crayola markers. You get 50 of them, and with a coupon, you get 50 markers, kids markers, for $5, $6. You just can't not get them, right? Terry says I'm not buying markers. Okay, so now I have. Let me do a little bit of shading on the toes. All right, so this is the darkest layer again. This is our second coat of the darkest color. Now I'm going to go back to the medium. Here's the medium. We're using 3 shades of purple. I talked about all the colors at the beginning. So now we're going back to we're only using 3 shades of purple and 2 shades of a kind of a mint green and a teal. That's all the colors we have pulled so far. You got yours this morning, Dorothy? Oh my gosh. Dorothy got hers across the pond quicker than we did. Oh my gosh. All right, so now I'm going to start blending from the darkest. I'm going right over the dark into a medium area. So you got to build it up. Got to build it up. If you don't want it all, if you want to keep adding layers, you have to do it gently. Shh, 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 shh. I do that for myself. I'm not telling anybody to hush. I'm telling myself just to take it calm. Especially since I didn't go to sleep till 1. I'm punchy, y'all. Oh, I saw a Carrie. I missed that. It rolled off. Somebody put Carrie something in caps and it rolled off. So, or yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you don't need no, you don't need them. I don't need them, but I want to play with them because everybody else is. We all have to have our toys. We have to play with our toys. Oh, we'll just see how, even here's the thing what I think about those kind of cheap markers like that, guys. Even if they're just a base coat for something, that's the same thing for the water soluble. I mean, the not the water soluble, the water based Crayola. These, I'll show you. These guys. These are the bullet tip Crayola super tips. They look here. They look like this. Even if it's just a base coat for something, and you shade over the top. Even if you just use them for that, it's worth it for so many. That's right. There are women that buy shoes, purses, and jewelry. I don't think any of us here are those. Wait. Who are we? Is not Dot in UK? Dot's in UK, isn't she? Or I must have missed something, Paula. I missed something on the. Yeah, I don't think any of us buy all that. I think we're all in the art supply enabling. Okay, so I'm just kind of adding a little bit of blend with the medium, just going over all the dark and then feathering it up into where I want the lighter. I'm determined to finish this today. I don't know. We're already at an hour and something. You will need to delete many more of your videos. You do not want anything on. What Paula, your journal says she could vary out by booze. By booze? Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought you were in the UK. I thought you were in the UK, Dorothy. I mean, I've sent you something, but so I couldn't, just didn't remember. Jewelry dangles in the paint. Muse. Good point, Paul. My dad used to say that about his life. That's true, Terry. That's true. So you can see it's coming along. So that's looking pretty good. All right, moving on. Pokemon got a. I missed something. Lady Blue's talking about Pokemon. That's good, Shell. That's great use of your extra money now. All right, got to sharpen again. Okay, bye, Scooby. Thanks for being here. Pencils and pens. Gotta have. Yep, Lady Blue. Okay. Let's see, I need a little bit more on this side. What do y'all think? How's that look? Alrighty, I think it needs a little bit darker right along the eye here, because the other one has it. Try to keep it in frame. Like that. Thanks, Vicky. All right. Onto the light now. Now it's the lightest, the lavender. Thanks. I know, he's so cute. I know. and I'm gonna put an like a extra light Posca highlight in the eye. So, are you home tonight, Paula? All right, so now I'm using the light, and I'm just, again, I'm blending everything together with the lightest color. You're welcome. Yeah, I thought it would be a little fun just to have a different color, you know. I think, though, I am going to do some white in a couple areas because I don't want to lose, like right in here. I want to keep this right here the lightest. And right along his eyes, maybe a little bit light. He has more fur on one side than the other, like this side. But I might, let's see, let me go back to the medium. I think I'm going to pull that in just a little so it's not so stark from the other one. Simon Squirrel, yeah, like we had the lion, Larry the lionfish. There we go. So now I'm going to go back to the white and just add a couple little areas that I don't want to lose when I go over it with the lavender, because the lavender is going to darken it some. So if I just add a few little white areas, those won't go away. And probably right along his nose too, although I think I'm going to darken his nose too. I think I'll go in there with purple. Real dark areas there. All right, now back with the light lavender to blend. All right, so I'm going to blend. Hey, Miss Aroma. So this will blend out like the pencil lines. But I can blend this because it's not heavy, you know, it's not real heavily colored. So thanks everybody for being here and hanging out. Let me show this again because I love it. I don't know if Mom's still here, but I showed this at the very beginning. Mom's husband Ken made this, and I got to show it again. It's just too good. If y'all weren't here. You like this critter? Thanks. So yeah. So Mom's husband Ken did this out of, wait, let me stop it. Let me make it big. Okay. So he does the canvas, the, what do you call it, canvas? Plastic canvas. Like cross stitching on, well, it's not even cross stitching. It's like stitching on the plastic canvas. So look at what he made here. Every bit of that's made out of the plastic canvas. The little carousel, the little post, every bit of this. And then he put a music box in it. I know, Vicky, right? I'm going to play it one more time. Isn't that awesome? It's all made out of plastic canvas. The horses are too, Vicky, yes. Even the little poles, every bit of it is all plastic canvas. Isn't that awesome? I know, Vicky. I know. Ken is so talented. I know. I know, right, guys? So I had to share it again in case y'all weren't here at the beginning of the show. I showed it at the beginning. You better not ever have. I know he made a whole village, a western village. I've shown it before, and some other things. Yeah, I know, right? I know, it's amazing. All right, so I'm just going to keep blending here. Not pushing hard. I'm just going over everything again with another layer that is like it's getting kind of getting rid of the pencil marks, if you will. Blending this lighter color on top of the medium and the dark purple. I know, that little outhouse. I know. Let me get that. CB mentioned it. Let me get it. Hang on. So here's a little outhouse he made. He made me this. Look. This is one from the Western Village, and but I like this, so he made me one. So look, it's a little outhouse made. It's all out. But wait for it. Wait for it. So look, and I was really zoomed in, but look how good his stitches are there. Isn't that awesome, guys? Now wait for it. There's a little toilet in there. And I did this though. I made a little roll of toilet paper to put in there. So yeah, but I want to show you. Look, there's a little toilet. So yeah, so and then there's the little roll of toilet paper sits right there. Isn't that the cutest thing? Hey, Kate. I know, right, guys? So anyway, Ken made that too. I know. Okay, Painterly. Yeah, we're using Prismacolors if you're just joining. I know, it just makes you smile, doesn't it? I know. It just makes you smile. I know, isn't it cute? So I'm just lightly going over everything and just kind of blending it out with the lightest color here, other than the white, which I added a little bit of white here and there, just to make sure I didn't lose those highlights right around his face. I know. Uh, so this we're just doing a basic coloring here. This is just not a lot of, there's not a lot of washes or a lot of anything. It's just your basic, I'm using 3 colors of pencil on the purple and 2 colors in the teal. So it's just a nice basic page. Although I might go in there with a few little highlights with a white Posca. And remember how I showed y'all you can take a Posca and add the highlights and they're white, but if you go let it dry and then go back over the Posca with the color, then you still keep your highlights. Joey says, "Oh, what's wrong with her? Oh, she has some more shells. That girl's she's building the world in that room, isn't she, Jean? More shells." Okay, thanks, Jean. I appreciate that. I was thinking about doing some Imagimorphia. you know, just working here and there, because that's how I work in the Imagimorphia, is just a little bit at a time on each page. Eventually we will finish them, but we'll start a different recording for that if we move on to that. Bye, White, Lisa. Yeah, so Mom was here earlier when I showed that Ken's carousel. So there we go. Kind of, I think that's pretty good. Oh, there's a couple places here I missed. I don't remember the exact names, so I don't want to say until they come in because I don't remember the other two names that I ordered. Yeah. So. And it's not on my mail. It's not on the mail. The shipped. I'd have to go into the account and look it up. So. All right. Now let me get the Posca. I'll show you what I'm talking about by adding highlights. Let's see if this is the one. Yeah. I still got other stuff to do, but I just want to show you this. Okay, so for instance, let's do some little hairs around his little nose here. So I'm just going to take the white Posca and add a few little, and it may not even show up. I do kind of want some of those white ones though to stay white right along the nose. These right here, I want to keep those white because I want them nice and bright right along his face. But if you don't want them pure white, as soon as this dries, then you can go over it with your color pencil. Okay, so let's see. I want the white right in his eyes, and then the dot in his eyes. I want it nice and bright. So I'm just going to go over that. If you have any questions, put them in caps. And then I might have just a few little, I don't want to say they're eyelashes, but you know, like lighter hairs around the eyes. If it gets too much, then just go over it with the purple when it dries. So as soon as that dries, I can hit it with the purple again and make it knock back the brightness of the white. Oh, thanks, Subin. Yeah, I did that. I know people ask me the colors I use. It's the Pure Ice. This color, I think it's called, what is it called? It's called First Time. It's kind of like a silver green. Pure Ice is one of my favorites. Boo picks out my polish for me. Hey, Twinkle Toes. Who else am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing some more people. Turtle Moon. Third Terry. Who else have I missed? Norwegian Girl. Said hi to Palm. Nanabelle. Sometimes Boo turns out to be good. Yeah, Boo, that's our nickname for her because she was always so tiny. Who else? I think Hamila. Who else have I missed saying hi to? Fairy Dust, DRD, Dragonfly, Dixie, Diana. I think I said hi to Denise, Deb. Deb's having her birthday week. Dazzle, Dana, Crafting Amy, Christy, Charlie Girl. Thanks everybody for being here. Army Linda. Thanks, everybody. But I used to have the color. It was one of your favorites? Ah, yeah. I rarely buy the same color twice. Hey, Whippy. Oh, sorry, Whippy. You're coloring the same Prismacolor's coloring the same picture. I only get cheap pencils. What? The Crayola ones are better than the Crazy Art. Yeah, I would say the Crayola ones then, Dixie. If you had to choose between Crayola and Rose Art, I think the Crayola ones are better. All right, so. But Prismacolors have come down in cost so much, guys. Seriously, they're just so much cheaper. All right, so let's see. I don't want to put his little. I want a few little whiskers, but I don't want to put them on here yet because they have to go over the peanut. But there's a few little places here at the ends that I want. A little brighter. And again, if they're too bright, then just go back over those white lines with the purple. See? But I just wanted a few extra little hairs. Yeah, and Prisma Scholar. I haven't really had those, Paula. I never really got those, but yeah, that's another one. All right, so I'm adding a little bit of highlight on the fingers here. Just a touch. His toes are pretty good. They already have enough light on them. Okay, and then some of these like longer hairs here, and just kind of feather them out with your fingers so they don't have a harsh line. You got the hoo pencil, hoo pencils. They're on Amazon. They're really nice for an expensive pencil. Someone said. Try to copy a Bennett Klein page, but when I went to color it with markers, yeah, that does matter. Your printer ink will matter. Whether you can put like wet medium over your print, if you print it out, your individual printer ink will matter. My Epson, and I guess Jean really doesn't have a problem with her Epson ink either. The Epson ink doesn't seem to smear as much. I'm just going in here and finding a few of these extra hairs, but I'm kind of touching them so they're not real harsh lines. But I haven't like tried to completely saturate it either. I'm careful with when I print things out, even with my Epson. But the Epson ink, doesn't seem to smear. So I'm just going along and just picking a few little extra highlights out like that. If you have a heat, yeah, and heat set it. That's another thing too, Jean. That's true. You can heat set. Now that's not going to guarantee it, but it will help. That's for sure. It's going to depend on your printer, but yeah, definitely heat set it, heat gun it. All right, so I'm just going along the little foot here and just adding a few little extra hairs. See, it's a subtle little thing, but it just gives it a little bit more oomph. Yeah, and if you don't have, this is just acrylic paint. You could do this with a brush, and I have many times just used a brush and acrylic paint. Takes a little more, time if you want to do tiny little lines, but you can do it with just white craft paint. I imagine, some gel pens, depends on how much wax you have built up. You could probably do it with some gel pens too. I'm just kind of just touching along the edge there, not going overboard on it. But I do want to finish that peanut so I can have some, I think I will have a few little dots on it. They're not there, but I'm going to add them. Little whisker dots. So that's where his whiskers will come out of in a minute. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Someone in chat just said an Epson printer ad came up. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the peanut. Again, I'm just using aquamarine, and this is called light green, but it's like a mint green. I need to sharpen it. Yeah, the carousel. Gene figured that out. The carousel that Ken made, it was playing the song from Dr. Doolittle. Talk to the animals. Yeah, that was good, Gene. That was a good ears. Of course, like I said earlier, she is music Gene. All right, so now I'm going to get in here and just do another layer of the darker. Oh, wait, one other thing I did want to do is take the white and blend his tummy out just a little. That final light blend. Because I wanted his stomach really light, like his face, but I don't want little hairs there. I just wanted it to have like that. Something like that. All right, let's go back to the peanut. The Bennett Klein, yes, that's right, Marilyn. The Bennett Klein Coloring Group, if you follow them on Facebook, he gives a Friday freebie every Friday. He leaves it up for a couple days, I think, but it's for everybody that's in the group. So you can print it out and have one of his. So even if you don't buy any of his books, which I don't think there's anybody over there that doesn't buy his books. All right, so I'm just going to go over these little darker areas with the teal color here. Like that. Keeping some of these lighter areas for my lighter tealy green. Hey, Leah. Oh, fun. That'll be fun, Leah. Have fun. All right, so now I'm going to go over everything here with this is how I'm blending out the pencil lines, right? With the lighter color. And I know some people like their blenders. If you like a blender pencil, then, nothing wrong with that. Use your blender pencil. I just like blending with the pencils. That's just me. He might do that book. You never know. He kind of does, I don't say he takes requests, but he does pay attention to the fans, what they like, you know. Thanks, Terry. Yeah, it's fun. This is a fun one. I'll post it on his site. This one's kind of simple. I've just kept it to a few colors, you know. Hey, Jen. Only two colors of the teal and the light green, which to me I just call it mint, but it's called light green. But it's like a mint green, and then the aquamarine tealy color. Those are the only two colors I'm using there. So something like that. And again, right along these edges here, I did do a kind of a hard pressure line there, and with the aquamarine around the edge. I like the Epson printer too, Terry. I do like the Epson printer. All right, so I can see I need a little bit more. I really need to do this. I see a little bit of pencil lines where I've kind of missed doing a little bit of blend. So it really does need to kind of have a little bit more time spent blending out. Like I can see right here. And not that there's anything wrong with the pencil lines, don't get me wrong, but if you want it really smooth, with fur, you don't really care if it's perfectly smooth or not because it's fur. you know, so it's all good. But if, depending on what it is you're coloring, if you want those pencil lines, you just got to keep, do it softly and gently. Don't put hard pressure because it'll be a waxy buildup that you can't add anything else to. But like right along these little, where I added these white extra little fur lines, I can kind of just make the tips of them kind of blend back into the fur by just adding a little bit more color. Hey, Carla. Who else have I missed? Anybody I missed? Thanks for being here. All right. Now, let's do his whiskers real quick because I think I'm done with the peanut here. So I'm just going to take and just kind of pull out some. And you can have some cross over each other. That makes them look a little more realistic. Like that. And still left a couple of the little whisker dots. And if you want to do the fingernails, if you want to have a little accent on the fingernails, make those stand out, the little claws, if you will. Do that. All right, so now in the background, I'm going to go ahead and tear this out because remember I said I'm going to cut it out and mount it on black. If you're just joining us, this is the book we're coloring in. And all my Bennett Kleins I take out of the book and put them in my binder. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out because I've already colored the edge right there. But you really want to color it before you cut it out, especially an edge. You don't want to have to try to color that edge after you've cut it out. All right, these scissors are sticky. Let's see. Let's try these. They look pretty bad, but they're not as sticky as the other ones. Yes, I'm going to put it in my binder. Earlier today, before you got here, Laura, I showed all my Bennett Klein pages that I've colored. I tear them all out. I mount them on black cardstock, and then on the back of the cardstock, I'll write what book I got it out of. Now, I usually don't cut them out like this. This one just is conducive to cutting out. I'm kind of taking my time because I don't want to lose that nice turquoise edge. Yeah, so anyway, all my one-sided pages get torn out of their books. And in my binder, I'll show you the binder again here in a minute. In my binder, I have them divided up. Now, again, guys, not every page I colored's in the binder. Only one-sided, 8.5 by 11-ish sizes are in the binder. The 12 by 12 pages or any books that are story, like have a story to them that really don't need to be, you know, they have to stay together. Though I don't tear those out. Just pages that are individuals, like these. Yeah, just rip it out. Yeah, because they're going in the binder. You could cut it out. You could take your X-Acto knife and cut it out neatly. All right. So, and here's a black cardstock, you know, black table here. But what I'll do is, now I'm not going to do it yet because I don't want to color over little pieces of tape, but I'll just put a couple pieces of double-sided tape just to hold it, because this page is going inside the binder. So I don't have to worry about it, you know, I don't have to like glue it down or anything. It's just a little piece of tape. And then what I do on the back is I'll write, I know what BK is, Bennett Klein, but you know, Bennett Klein Sketchbook Characters. This is from his characters book. Okay, so I know which book, because I have all his books except Wild. So, you know, that way I'll know which book they come out of. All right, so let's do a little bit. See, this is where you could go in here quickly with a gel pen or one of your markers like this. Very quick background. Hey, Orla. So I was kind of trying to keep it all pencil. So what do I want to do? Do I want to go in there quick? Maybe. Because we're running, I don't want this to go longer than like 2 hours. I think we're already at 2 hours. Almost. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours on this one. So I think I will just go in here with some markers. So these, like these here, these are the Crayola ones. Let me get a light lavender. Let me get a couple colors and see which one I want. Let's get the teals and a purple. Okay, so let me do a little test. Where's a test paper? I need a test paper. Okay, and a little bit. So let's see which ones are the closest to my... Okay, that's too red, that purple. Let's see, this purple, maybe. Yeah, okay, so this purple, and there's no names on these. You've been using markers on the background and it works good. Yeah, and it depends on how much, you know, like if I'm doing a big flat area, like I'll show you when I pull out the binder again, I'll use acrylic paint. This one I didn't do any washes on or anything. Just all I did was use 5 colors of pencil, right? That's all I used on here, and white and the Posca. But I'm wanting to get this background done kind of quickly. Is that the same color as this one? This one's better. That's lighter. Okay, so I'm going to pick 2 That one's too light as well, I think. Let's go with these two to start. Yeah, I love the super tips, right? And you can get like 50 of them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and they're only like they're only $10 normally for 50, but if you use a coupon, you can get them for 5 or 6 depending on your coupon. You finally got your super tips. I know. Yes, and that's what she's talking about, the fruity one. If you have a the ones that are black barrel, these are scented. The ones that are black are have like this is blueberry. You know, anyway, some special ones have the yeah, they're scented. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna look at my little leaves here, and I think let's just go with all of these basic leaves. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of get in here, and I'll just work on this for maybe 5 more minutes. So I probably won't completely finish it. But what I like about the super tips, again, is because they have the wide, like the bullet tip, you can get a wide, a medium, and a thin, all in one marker, just depending on how you hold it. So let me get the basic ones first. The big leaves here in the teal. And again, you just want to take your time and not try to stay in camera. And they're just the water base. Now they're not going to blend. Okay, they're not going to be like your Kuretake, Zig Kuretake watercolor markers. They're not going to be like that, okay? Just saying. They're not going to be that blendy. You might get a little bit of blend out of them, but it's not going to be like a watercolor marker blend type thing. Let's see, I think I will do these little ones that look like kind of like little hearts. This one. I'm trying to keep, you know, a lot of times they're symmetrical. Bennett Klein's good about having them kind of symmetrical. Yeah, now that's true, Vicky. These you wouldn't probably want to color a large area with these because you're going to see streak lines. Yeah. If I color a large background area, it's going to be with acrylic paint, which I'm going to show you in the next segment where I do a little imagomorphia or anamorphia after I finish this page or after I finish this segment. And these backgrounds are very kind of relaxing if you just want to, if you get into the groove of doing a pattern. I don't do a lot of like, Vicky does a lot of, what do you call it, mandala type thing. I can't do those. Okay, let's see. There's a leaf there, one there. Let's see, this one. I think I'll do this one. One right in there and one right in here. Kind of all along the background. this swirl right here. That swirl's kind of behind his foot there. Let's go with this swirl. This swirl. Imagine, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Diane. That's what I'm thinking, the Magimorphian. Because I know people like to, we all work in, you know, different books at different times, so we kind of make the rounds. I think I'll go with this swirl. So I won't completely finish this one right now, but hopefully y'all got some ideas on what you can do with just some pencils and in this case a little bit of marker. All right, now do I want, I think I want, well, should have done that other swirl this color. And I'll probably do some light lavender color in there as well. All right, so let's do a little bit of the purple now, background. If you have any questions, put them in caps. You'll get yours out too, okay. Let's see, this swirl, this swirl. I'm just kind of looking around, kind of just spacing it out, you know, not in any particular order. Some of this I'm going to color back in with pencil. Let's do this little one here. And just going back and forth side to side to kind of make sure I don't forget areas here. Let's do this one. This one. Here's one. I think I'll do every other little circle here. Make it kind of a every other color. Little dots. That's kind of cute. Do these markers work? Yeah, they'll work over color pencil. Yeah. Now, let me say this. Let them dry. I mean, if I put it like over this heavily colored right here, I could probably just smear it for a minute. So let it dry for a minute and they're fine. I found I haven't had any trouble, but now, you know, have I tried that over every single colored pencil ever made? No. But I haven't had any problem with them. But it's like anything else, guys. I always tell y'all to test. Test whatever it is you're using. You know, if you're using new pencils and you want to test marker, do it in a back of your book or something, or on just a piece of anything, paper. It's best to test on the kind of paper you're using. But yeah, test it. See, I'm just kind of slowly filling in all the little swirls and things. Let's do this leaf here. This leaf here. Maybe some of these dots. Let's do those 3. No, let's do those 4. Then do these 4. So anyway, I think you get the idea where we're going. I'll just continue. I'll take a picture of it when it's completely done. But that's all I'm going to be doing is just filling in all this with these two markers and probably the lightest purple and the light green. Because then I can get in here in some of the background, like, let's see, where do I want this? Like right in here. Maybe that one will have that, and then I'll want the blue right there, the blue right there, and the teal, the light green. See, something like that until the whole background is filled in. Eventually, the whole background will get filled in. Probably this, do I want turquoise there and there? And I'll just go back and forth from the pencil to the marker, to the marker, to the pencil. Whichever's easiest for you, whatever you find the easiest, I should say. So like, let me just do this little section here. So if I have that with the light mint, then I'll have the light purple in that leaf right there. Like that. And then this one probably as well. And then if there's any kind of little shading that might need to be done, just, I might go in there with a little bit of shading. But not a whole lot. I'm trying to keep the background kind of like that. See? So you do a little bit of shading on the lighter areas, but the background is going to be this light mint color. So yeah, that's probably all I'm going to do today on this. Hopefully you got the idea anyway. With just a few pencils. All I have is, the two teal colors, or the aquamarine, and it's called light green, but it's mint. Will the Super Tisk go over acrylic wash? I would say yes, it does. But if you have a dark, like if I did a black background, remember these are water based. So if I go over a dark, let's say this was a black, this may seem obvious, but let's just say this was black acrylic paint. Obviously, this is not going to go over. You're not going to see it, right? So it's going to depend on the color you use. If I took like the light, let's just say, for instance, this light purple, and tried to go over this dark pencil, even if it was acrylic, it's not going to show up because it's lighter, right? Does that make sense? But I've used these over acrylic washes. So any other questions, guys? So again, I wanted to show you my book. Let me set this aside here. So this, let me back out. Oh, I hate to back out, but because I'm going to want to zoom back in, but I guess I'll do it anyway. Okay. Okay. Can't look. You can't look? Oh, I don't know. I guess you're looking at talking about something else. Okay, so I can probably open the blinds a little now. Let's see if the sun's not going to put a glare on my computer screen. Let's see. Yeah. Earlier, well, it's a little bit, but not too bad. The sun coming through the window there. So again, I'm just going to tape this down. I'm not going to do it now. Because I don't want to have tape. If I tape now, then when I go to color, I'm going to be, there's going to be a rough spot there, and I'll get a line from the tape. But when I'm done, I'll just tape this down and put it in my binder. Yeah, I might even do a little sketchy bit around it, like with the white pencil. That would probably look kind of cool. Actually, let me just kind of put it here and see. Like kind of do something like this around the edge. Just to give it more oomph. Why not? So something like that. So yeah, let me show you my book real quick and then we'll take a break. So it's just a binder. It's just a 3-ring binder. And any pages like this, any of my Bennett Kleins, or any pages that are 8.5 by 11, I put them in a book. So, and it's going to have a glare because they're in sleeves. I took these out earlier to show, but I'm not going to take them out again. Maybe I'll take one out just so you can see some of the glitter. But let's see, my light, I got it too light now. Yeah, no, okay, I got to close the blinds. Hang on. Sun's really bright today. So these are all my Bennett Klein ones. And again, I'll take one out so you can see. You can't see the stickles unless I take them out. So you can see there. Let's start the camera. There. So you can see where I've added stickles to some of them. Okay. And this is all paint. This is acrylic paint. Acrylic paint. Okay, acrylic paint in the background. Okay, hang on guys, I lost my chat. One moment, there we go. Let me get my chat back, guys. I have to refresh. There it goes. Sparkly, yeah, sparkly. All right. And these little pumpkins were just some smiley faces, made those pumpkins. I'm going to just do this quick, guys, because we're already over 2 hours. So, yeah. I've shown them all before. And I did show all the Bennett Klein ones at the beginning. So if you want to see these out of their sleeves, I did that at the beginning of the show today. Again, all painted backgrounds, painted my own stars and planets and swirls and whatnot. And then again, this is one of the few that I printed out myself. And again, that's a little flashed out, guys. There we go. Hey, Jessica. What I love is that you're not just coloring in, but you're make further. Yeah, make them. That's why I say you're the boss of your color book. Dot. This one I printed out on craft color paper, and it's all just black and white. Black and white pencil and white Posca. Then here's my Doodlers Anonymous ones. Again, I've just put them in sleeves. I'm not going to take the time to take them all out or anything. I'm just going to do a quick little flip. But all these backgrounds are painted. Okay, they're all painted. This is all paint. Make it all my own. The water dripping. This was a double page spread, painted all my own rain. There's the monster. And this one goes this way. So these are all my doodlers. This one we did. This is the Fibs, the Friends in the Box. We did this one together. Paint, paint. These are all stickers, like scrapbook stickers, all over the page. And then There's some random ones. This one I think is from a sketchy challenge. It's a scrap. This one is a I can't remember every book they're out of. Some of them are just random. Oh, thanks, Vicky. Some of them are just random color books. They're probably on the backs, but this one I added collage. I painted. I just drew him in this random page here. Um, this one is. These are from the kimono sketch color book. This one is. I don't remember. Cut her out of a magazine. Added my own little collage flower centers, and then colored all the uh, cherry blossoms. There's another one out of the kimono color book. See, it's a little flashed out, guys. Let me tilt. See, there's the color right there. But I have a lamp like literally right there. So, then here's my Jasmine Beckett Griffith pages. Oh, thanks, guys. Again, Jasmine Beckett Griffith ones. Painted the backgrounds. Painted the water coming up her dress like that. And there's videos for most of these. Made some rain clouds back there. Paint, that's all paint. So don't be afraid to add paint. Again, paint. And she didn't have braids. We gave her braids. I say we because if we did it here on stream. So gave her some braids. And, this one's from Halloween. And this one does have some stickles. I'll take this out. And again, I just cut them out. I mount them on cardstock. And I'll write on the back or the back of the one or the other of which book they're out of. And so here you can see the stickles there. And her eyes, her hair on him. And then we made her look like this is velvet and velvet. So yeah. Paint, drew our lightning in, made our own little glow out of his eyes. So yeah. And then the cupcake girl, she has stickles as well. I'll go ahead and pull her out here. So we stickled in her eyes, a little bit of sparkle. The spider legs are silver. So there's that. Gave her blue eyebrows. And then let's see what's on the next page. Oh, and then this one we did around Halloween or fall time. And, well, she doesn't have any stickles on her, but we added our own little wheat in her hair. Made her look like she was in fog in the pumpkin patch. So you add paint, add stickles, add whatever. Okay, then I got some random bits in here. Here's one she's just cut out, not finished, but she cut her out. Let's see what else. There's one mom colored. This one was out of the comic book one. And yeah, comic book. Let's see what else. This one was out of the Somerset Studio coloring book. I think these were out of the Somerset as well. This one, we did drips. This one was the Tim Holtz sent in a design for Somerset color book. And yeah, that's that one. Added my own watch part on there and drew the watch hands myself. Added some cutout gears from, what do you call it, Silhouette Cameo cutouts. This one was all done with just Crayola crayons. We wanted to see, could we color a nice page with just crayons? So this was just all done with Crayola crayons. This one was out of the, and it's on the back, the Gothic Special. We just did this one last week. Yeah, I have the Mythmorphia on order too, Terry. So we added shimmer with Winka Stella, gave her a sparkle in her hand. So this one we just did last week. And then this one, Dreams of Dragons, and we did a show on this one. This was like 2 parts, and I'll take it out because this one is completely stickled, I think. See all the stickles on him? So yeah, trying to get the color to show. So there's a 2-part on him. This was just a bit out of one of the magazines. This was out of like a color book magazine, and we just threw on watercolor washes and then did color pencil on top. What else do I? Now, of course, I have tons more color book pages, guys, that are in books. These are just the ones that are 8.5 by 11 one-sided that I've cut out and put in here. That's the only book. That's all that's in this book. The bulk of my color book pages are not in here. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, guys. And so, yeah, this was our Kirby. Our Bennett Klein characters. So, yeah. Hey, Sarah. So we're going to go ahead and say this segment's done. And hang on, guys, and I'll be right back. Thanks for watching the recording, guys.